cool guy. He really is. And so would you please welcome Dennis Boyne.
Thank you, Mary, although I think I'm an all-around kind of embarrassed guy right now. Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? Oh, I feel the energy. I'm hoping to hear some really good stories today, because I love hearing stories. Well, no, I like telling stories better than I like hearing stories. And I hope you don't mind. I have a cold, so I'm going to kind of sit and drink water and that type of stuff through the performance, if that's okay with you.
That's fine.
I am looking so forward to starting the Story Slam in the Lehigh Valley, and I've had some preliminary meetings with some folks in the Chamber and Steel Stacks and even the Kiwanis and Rotary and whatever, and they're all interested in doing this. And I think it's going to be something that's really, really good. About 2 weeks ago, I met with Mary here at the Touchstone Theater. And in order to do that, of course, I had to come to South Bethlehem. And I used to come to South Bethlehem all the time because I was on the board at WDIY Radio. But I told Mary a story of something that happened to me a few years ago. I had to go to a board meeting at WDIY, and I parked my car, and I got my briefcase, and I looked in my briefcase and I didn't have a pen. Now this sounds like a relatively silly thing, but you don't know how nuts I get when I lost my pen, because every time I go to borrow a pen, somebody gives me their pen that their mother gave them, and I either break it or forget to give it back, or they give me a Mont Blanc and I wreck the cartridge in it. So I just want my own pen. I mean, I'm that nuts. But I had some time before the meeting, so I went over to CVS Pharmacy here on 4th Street. And I went in, and I'm looking around for a pen, and I couldn't find one. So I went up to the cashier, and she was a young girl, and she was on the phone with her girlfriend, I think, because they're talking and talking and talking. And she's talking, and she's looking at me, and talking, and finally she goes, "Wait a minute. Yes." I said, "Excuse me, could you tell me where I can find the pens?" It says, aisle 7. So anyways, I was telling you. Yeah, so I walked down aisle 7. I can't find the pens. So I'm looking and looking and looking, and finally I said, I gotta go back to her. So I go back to her. She's still on the phone. Now she's a little irritated, you know, and she's going, "Can I help you?" I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm looking for the pens. I can't find the pens." And she says, "Aisle 7, to the right, in the middle of the aisle." So I go to aisle 7, to the right, in the middle of the aisle, and there's no pens. So I said, "Well, maybe she meant aisle 6. So I go to aisle 6, no pens. Aisle 5. No, now I'm getting hooked. Because, you know, come on. So I went back to her, and she's still on the phone. I said, "Look, ma'am, I can't find the pens. You're going to have to show me." And she says, "Okay, I'll have to call you back." And she hangs up. She says, "Follow me." And I follow her to aisle 7, where she goes to the middle of the aisle on the right-hand side and pulls out a box of Depends and gives it to me. And she says, "You take a large, don't you?" I told Mary that story. And I said, "You know, I'm trying to figure out how to get that into a storytelling slam." And Mary said, "Well, it's a good story. You'll think of something." I just thought of something. I just put it in, Mary. So thank you very much.